Operation initiated. Rescue all hostages. Operation Thunderbolt.
All right, welcome to the stream. This is just a little drive time stream. Hey, Brooklyn, let me know if we can do a promo for the Summer Games is coming up. Very cool. Brooklyn, just let me know in the chat if I can show that video. Very excited about upcoming event on Brooklyn Menace channel. Welcome to the stream. Just a reminder, I will be streaming later with T. McCloskey. We've got a great show lined up for Arcade Talk. We'll be talking about showing the Mortal Kombat Deluxe online play with PD7 and Mike, the bad guy Mike Worley. We're also going to talk about what our favorite PS2 games are, so be sure to tune in. A little bit of iiRcadian's news. If you have not seen it, we dropped. Oh, let me take this text chat. Okay, Brooklyn, sure. I'm going to show it right after this. We dropped the latest episode of the iiRcadians last night. It was a great show. If you haven't watched it, watch it on the replay. It's on the iiRcadians channel, and I watch it on Papa Brad's Gaming because then you can read the chat and stuff. It's a little better. So the iiRcadians brand new show out, and this was posted today from Steps Gaming. Great show last night. Papa Brad's Gaming, Kev Gret, Nick's Reviews. If you're not subscribed to Nick's Reviews, he's almost at 100. Like, let's push and get him to 100. Like, he's right on that edge of getting 100. So go to the @Nick's Reviews channel, please, and go drop Nick's a sub. And let's get him to 100 today. Okay, I want to be clear that I enjoy this is from Steps Gaming. I want to be clear that I enjoy my iiRcade a great deal. I also support the show, The iiRcadians. Thank you, Steps. I said I was not an iiRcadian because I just want to cover a wide range of products, as we all do. If the term simply means someone that owns and enjoys iiRcade, sure, I am an iiRcadian. I honestly am just about playing games and talking games, having a good time at this point. Looking forward to seeing Brooklyn Menace next time, 100%. And, that's the thing. I don't think she knew what the term meant, so she did put that out today. And a big thank you to Steps Gaming. If you're not subscribed to her channel, she's working her way to 1,500. Make sure you subscribe to Nick's. He's almost at 100. I think he needs like 2 subs or 3 subs. He's like right there. So if you're not familiar with Nick's Gaming, he's actually running the stream right now. But yeah, he's one of our best game players on iiRcade. One of the masters at Operation Thunderbolt. He taught me how to complete the game. He has videos on his channel, Nick's Reviews, and you can learn how to play Operation Thunderbolt, where you can complete the game. Very helpful. Today, what I'm really here to talk about is hidden gems. But before I do that, I do have one special presentation from Brooklyn Menace. Let me cue that up. I needed to get approval from him. He said yes, so here we go. This is exciting. And let's make this full screen. Let me get myself out of there. Let the games begin. How cool is that? We're going to be playing online games with the community on the Friday Night Arcade Show. So you'll be able to play against some of the people you see on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. And we're going to start with our hidden gems. Let's talk about hidden gems on the iiRcade right now. Coming at you. These are some of the games that Papa Brad considers hidden gems on the iiRcade. My first game is no surprise, it's Dark Seal. This is a Dungeons and Dragons themed type game. It's kind of like a dungeon crawl game. I like this game a lot. You get to choose from 4 characters. It's a ton of fun. This is one of the ones that I would recommend checking out. Dark Seal 1 and Dark Seal 2 are both excellent. The next game is going to be controversial. You either love it or you hate it, but eggs. This is one of those games that's really difficult, and the fact that it's so challenging is what makes it so addictive. This is a fun game. It was a predecessor to Mr. Do, so there's some characters in it that were in Mr. Do. It's a fun game. Give it a shot. Just be warned, it's not for the lighthearted. The difficulty level is pretty tough. Some hidden gems on iiRcade. This is Eggs. Great retro game. Hidden gem reminds me of a great game that I love called Metal Slug. It's called Gun Force 2. This is a really great game. It's a ton of fun. If you like the Metal Slug series, the Neo Geo series, this is like really similar. Total blast. I mean, just shooting stuff. I mean, wonderful game. Highly recommend Gun Force 2. Check this one out. Definitely a hidden gem. You can definitely see the Metal Slug, precursor to Metal Slug in this game. Gun Force Next up, a game that was reviewed by Herb Wars on the iiRcadians. Shout out to Herb Wars. Game that I love. It's one of my favorites. In the Hunt. In the Hunt is a submarine-based shooter game. The thing that makes it so exceptional is just the gameplay is great, and it was designed by the same team that made Metal Slug. So it's like if Metal Slug had a shooter, this is what it would look like. And this game is just fun. The bosses are fun. This is like a great arcade shooter. So much fun to play as 2-player as well. I hope this is one of the ones that we get online. This game did get online play added to it. On sale right now on the iiRcade store. In the Hunt. Actual gameplay footage captured from actual iiRcade. Later on, Arcade Talk will be on. Another what I considered hidden gem and a must-own game if you have an iiRcade is Siggy. This game is just so much fun. It's basically a farting Mario, but the humor, and it's dirt cheap, and it's just a great game. It's cheap and it's fun. Give Siggy a shot. This is a game that I'd recommend, and it's definitely a hidden gem. Another game that I consider a hidden gem in the iiRcade library is Tropical Angel. This is a classic arcade water skiing game. It's just a lot of fun. While it seems basic at first, the more you get into it, the more you realize the nuances of the game and how you can get through it and how you can score better. This is just a great score chasing game, and I'd highly recommend it if you haven't played it. And we have people scoring Twin Galaxy scores on the iiRcade playing this game. This is a game that looks like it would be simple, but it's not. Another great game that might get hidden and be considered a hidden gem inside the iiRcade lineup favorites, of games, one of mine as well, is a great shooter that has kind of a samurai theme. It's called Tengai, and I'd definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's got great bosses. The iiRcade, in my opinion, Samurai is the Aces, king of shmups as far as a cab that is made to play shooters. And this is a good one that often gets overlooked. So check it out. I would say for me, this is a must-own for iiRcade if you have the cab. I mean, I can't imagine having this cab without this game on it. It's that good. You're looking at gameplay of Tengai on iiRcade. Okay, the next thing I want to show. Let's see. Let me remove this real quick. Okay. 24 hours left on the sale. We have PD7 here. Welcome to the stream. If you've not checked out the iiRcadian show last night, we featured a video from his channel. If you're not subscribed to PD7, this is one of the best YouTubers on YouTube right now. He does a great format that I love. It's called walk and talk format. He started the whole walk and talk trend. It's just a great YouTuber, great all-around guy. Check out PD7. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Next game, I'm just going to highlight a few games because Brooklyn Menace is going to stream in a bit. I want to highlight 3 more games. Okay, the next one I want to highlight is one of probably my top 10. And this game, if you haven't checked it out, this is Galacticon. Modern game could have existed in an 80s arcade. And this is the category of games that I think iiRcade really shines in this category.
This is Papa Brad.
Let's check out
time
Galacticon.
to review the game Galacticon for the iiRcade.
Ready Player One.
If I was to say that this is the best retro arcade game to come out this year, I would not be lying. The game pays homage to great Williams classics like Joust and Defender. Also pays homage to games like Asteroids. The game has secrets built into it. For example, on this level, if you do not destroy any of the rocks, you can score a bonus. Once a bonus appears, you can shoot. Look at that. If that's not the warp drive from Galaga, I don't know what is.
The ship looked like it could have been on a Journey album cover.
Of 80s arcade goodness.
Hey, what's up?
But what makes this game amazing is the gameplay is so good.
How many subscribers you at, Nix? Let's see if we can get Nix to 100.
Coming in at only $4.99.
Right on the edge of making 100 right now.
This is definitely one of the best values in
Nix reviews.
arcade games. Shout out to Cuddles Arcade for introducing to this game to me, and shout out to iiRcade for listening to the community and giving us this game, which we've been
very high on the
for
leaderboards on this exact game we're watching. You can definitely see the Joust and the Defender elements. Got a little Asteroids action going on here. Yeah. And this one of those games,
a definition of a must-play game on iiRcade. It's literally that good. I can't imagine if you have an iiRcade, if you like 80s arcade games, I can't imagine anyone not loving this game.
If you like 80s arcade, this is straight up.
In-between levels can be pretty challenging. This one gets me a lot. All these bombs drop, and you got to steer your ship in between. You've got basically fire and flap. The flap's a little more controlled. Look at this, centipede. The little ships look like centipede. Just tons of cool arcades.
Nix just has
like if you took a bunch of great arcade games and mashed them all together,
please go to Nix Reviews.
You'd end up with this.
And give them a sub.
The thing is, you know, it runs so smooth. I mean,
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
This would have been right at home in the 80s arcade between Defender, Galaga, and Joust. I mean, look at the graphics, how cool they are. One of the things that makes this game so spectacular are the controls are just dead on and fair. Look, that's not the tractor beam from Galaga. I don't know what is. The ship could have been on the cover of a Journey album.
If you're watching this on replay,
I mean, come on, this game is just cooler
Nix
than
Reviews
cool.
on YouTube. Here's the address. And let's get Nix to
Since the
100
game's been
today.
released, the leaderboards on iiRcade have been on
right
fire.
now. Congratulations.
This game.
You're almost at your first
People
milestone.
making scores over 1 million, 2 million. And they're growing. On my channel, I do have a video from Jeff Bidner, who's currently the #1 player of Galacticon. And I would rather let him describe the strategy because he is truly
he's a master
of this game. But I can tell you, I just love this game.
fantastic.
It's phenomenal. You know, this is something I never thought I would say, but this game is as good as Defender or Joust themselves.
Yeah,
it might even be
definitely as
better
good.
because the smoothness of the gameplay and the way it combines elements.
The controls on this game are
This
dead
is
on.
a perfect
If the controls
example
weren't perfect,
of a
this game would
retro
not be
modern
fun.
arcade game.
Controls are really dead
That
on.
is really perfect. I'm going to give this game a 10.
This is a perfect score game for me.
It's
This is
just
one
a
of the few
perfect
that I gave
game.
a perfect to.
And the more I play it,
That's how much
the
I
more
like
I
it.
realize
I would
that
buy
this
a
is
cab
really
with
a
this thing.
masterpiece. And to have it on the iiRcade is so exciting. You could just see the excitement too on the leaderboards with people just getting gigantic scores. And there's a lot of movement on the leaderboards.
A lot of
which tells you
strategy
that
in this game too.
People are playing Galacticon.
A lot of strategy in Galactic.
Retro-inspired graphics
This is a gamer's
that
game.
are truly unique to the game. The awesome
Tons of
music,
replay value.
which sounds like it could have been a real 80s arcade game. I mean, it's just everything I love about arcade games is in this game. I just finally beat the UFO stage at the end of the game for the first time, and it was incredible.
Next
It's
is
an
at
incredible
98
experience.
subs. Come on, 2 subscribers
But, you know,
left.
if
Let's
you have an
get to 100.
iiRcade, I mean, you gotta get this game. It's
Two
like a
subs
$5 game, but I mean, I would buy a $600 cabinet to play this game. That's how much I love it. It's that good. Shout out to She Lion Gaming, proving she's got some serious gaming chops. Shout out to Bill's Retro Show for doing an awesome review of this game. Thank you. Much better than my review, by the way. Brad, reminding you to stay legit.
Okay, the next game I want to take a look at is called Heroes of Loot. There's actually 2 games. There's Heroes of Loot 1 and Heroes of Loot 2.
Papa Brad
both on
coming at
iiRcade.
you with a quick review of Heroes of Loot and Heroes of Loot 2 on the
Go
iiRcade.
back to Nix's page.
I'd like to say a quick
See
shout
where it's
out
at.
to Brooklyn Menace, who recommended this game to me. Go check out his
subs left.
channel and his great show, the Friday Night Arcade.
Watching this on replay, go to at
Pick your
Nick's
hero
Reviews
from one of 4 classes:
on
Elf,
YouTube.
Warrior, Wizard,
Drop
and
him a sub.
Valkyrie.
Let's get him to
Have
100.
unique stats and weapons. There's also a 5th character you can unlock if you get far enough in the game. The gameplay is similar to the game Gauntlet. You enter the dungeon with your end goal of finding a key and to reach the exit.
And make this
There's
bigger.
all kinds of different enemies that you're going to encounter on the way, and plenty of treasure or loot to get. There's also secret rooms to find, power-ups to collect, and shops to spend your money, and even some odd side missions to take on from here and there in the game.
This game very much has a Gauntlet feel to it.
Cool thing about the game is each dungeon is randomly generated, so each time you play the game, it's different. That adds an addictive arcade style to the game, and it makes every playthrough different.
I was introduced to this game by Brooklyn Menace. He was a fan of this game. He said you need to check this one out, and I did. This Heroes of Loot game reminds me a lot of Gauntlet when you actually gameplay.
The more you play the game, the more new content gradually unlocks, such as new enemies or new gameplay features, such as rescuing prisoners in cages. The game also has some small short cutscenes that play, usually making fun of the situation that you're in. And there's some odd pop culture references in the game too, just for good measure. Everything Heroes of Loot does is solid. I mean, the controls are good, the graphics are good, the sounds are simple, but they get the job done. It all runs well and plays great on iiRcade. Didn't really encounter any glitches or bugs while I was playing. Heroes of Loot is a game where you're moving from floor to floor, aiming for a high score, and that's about it. Orange Pixel made a good, fun, easy to learn, easy to play game, similar in the Gauntlet style. Check this one out. And let's move on to Heroes of Loot 2. Here's a quick trailer for the game, showing some of the cool features. Unlike Heroes of Loot 1, you control 2 players at once in this game, and you can switch back and forth between the characters that you've chosen to go through the dungeons. The level design that Orange Pixel has done with this game is
Welcome to the
great.
stream, Carl.
Every time you play it, it's a little different, which I really like about the game. This game has a lot more end bosses, which I think is
stream
fun.
of hidden gems.
Learn to
on
hate
iiRcade.
these spikes. Those spikes got me a bunch.
This one's a bit more advanced. Heroes of
So
Loot.
the game
original's a
basically
lot like
builds on
Gauntlet.
everything that's cool.
This one kind of
from
builds on
Heroes of Loot until the graphics get an upgrade.
Hello, Lucky. Speaking of mascots, Papa Brad's Gaming has a mascot. If you've not checked out, I have a short of our new pet. Check it out in my shorts section on YouTube. But yeah, we have a new friend called Mario. So check it out. It's in my shorts section on Papa Brad's Gaming. It's our official mascot.
Your unlockables you can get throughout the game. You can access them, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely. This stream will be over.
Game
before
gets
Brooklyn
insane
Matt's
at the
on it, so you
at the
can go
higher
right into
levels.
his stream when we're done with this.
And we're going to switch to looking at it on the iiRcade.
This is actually
Here we are on the
gameplay
iiRcade. You can see you
captured
can do some adjustments to the sound. There's a couple
from
of
iiRcade
options.
Gold.
You start by
Before I got
selecting your
the
character.
M
This
Classic.
game has a lot of characters that you can unlock by playing the game. I'm going to show a little bit of my first playthrough, then I'm going to skip to a playthrough where I got a lot further. So this clip is just going to be a quick show through of the wizard and I believe the Valkyrie character. Here I am. I'm switching to a playthrough with the elf and the warrior. This is around level 8.
Different
I'm just
characters.
going to
you
show
can
some
choose.
quick gameplay clips of what some of the gameplay looks like.
This is Heroes of Loot 2.
In my opinion, this game pretty much surpasses Heroes of Loot 1 pretty much in every way. The only thing I like about Heroes of Loot 1 is it does stick with just the one-player format, which makes it feel a little bit more like Gauntlet. But I feel like this game overall is a little better. Here we go. We got a boss, Flamehead. And, you know, your
I thought I was gonna
standard
whip this
Robotron
boss. This
circling
boss almost killed me.
strategy. It's going to work pretty well.
I think I had one sliver of life left by the time I got him.
Boss was almost the end of Papa Brad. This was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Being a roguelike, all levels and enemy placements in this game are randomly generated. So pretty much every time you play it, you're going to get something new. And when you die, you're going to want to go back and play it one more time. I mean, the goal of the game is really to get through all 50 levels without dying, which is going
50
to be
levels.
quite a task.
Not
Because at
done
around
yet.
level 20, you have a massive difficulty spike, and things get a lot harder. Levels are always tons of different enemies, including devils, skull monsters, and even minotaurs when you get further on.
Minotaurs are cool.
There are plenty of rooms with traps and spikes, and an occasional puzzle to solve. To unlock the characters, you collect cards. If you collect all the cards, you unlock the character. Unlocking the characters does give you a reason to go back and play through the game to try to get more characters unlocked. Overall, Heroes of Loot 2 is just a huge improvement from the first game, in my opinion. The first game is more retro. This is a much funner game.
A lot of
Switching
extra
between the
features.
characters, I think, was a huge improvement. This is by far my favorite Orange Pixel game that I have played. Really enjoying it. I'm sure I'm going to go back to it. So I'm going to give it a super high recommendation. This is pretty much a must-have if you have iiRcade. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. This has been Papa Brad reminding you to stay legit.
Hey, legit. And that was Heroes of Loot 1 and 2. I showed Galacticon, which is, I think, a must-buy. If you don't have Galacticon, what are you waiting for? That's one that you got to have. I want to remind everyone that tonight I will be on the show Arcade Talk. We have a really fun show lined up. It's on the Arcade Talk and Star Wars review channels where you can catch it as a live stream. I usually put the replays up on my channel, but if you want to catch it live, it's on tonight. We've got PD7 and the bad guy Mike Worley on. They're going to show some MK Deluxe Arcade 1-Up gameplay online. And we're going to be talking about the PS2. I actually made a video. My favorite PS2 games in under 3 minutes. It's pretty good. It's a pretty fun video. So that's going to be on later tonight. If you get a chance, watch it. If you haven't subscribed to Steps Gaming, she's making her way to 1,500 subs for a big sweepstakes. She's going to be giving away a bunch of prizes from Bobby Vu. And let's see here. We got the arcade sale. It's almost over. So if there's some games that you feel like you want to pick up, probably a good time to do it. Kunai, okay, I'll put that on my rotation of things I want to play. Okay, and that being said, let's end with a video from Brooklyn Menace. This Friday on the Friday Night Arcade, we will be starting a new event, and let's find out all about it. Let me put it up. And you'll be able to play against your favorite iiRcade YouTubers online, live on the show. It's the Summer Games online play event. Starts tomorrow. Brooklyn Menace channel. This is going to be fun. I'm psyched for this. This is going to be fun. And with that, thank you for watching.
It's pretty dope.